today's lesson is a little bit more advanced. And in fact, I would consider this academic English. So it's going to be a little more challenging than some of the other classes and some of the other lessons. So let's start with a discussion question. And it's pretty simple. I'll ask you the question and just please respond. All right, Howell, you can be the first volunteer today in class. So let's start with you. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Jonathan, teacher. Okay, no mistakes. Just kidding. Okay, so how has COVID-19 altered your life?
COVID-19 has altered my life so much because I can't go and hang out with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And also I can't visit my family because of COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
And also I can't go office. I am working at home.
Okay.
So there is so much change.
Okay, that's great. I'm going to type out some of your answers. Great job,
Wow.
Um, fantastic. I really liked it. I think you gave us a good base here. So COVID-19 has altered your life so much, or you could also say in many ways.
Okay, thank you.
Or
In
maybe
many
you could
ways.
say tremendously. Or I don't know, even greatly. There's probably 1,000 different words you can say.
Okay,
And I like how you answered. I can't visit my family. That's true. Maybe next time try to find a more advanced or a more detailed or specific way of expressing this, because it's true you can't visit your family, but I mean, that's true, sure. Maybe there's more advanced ways to express that or more difficult ways, but great job. Yeah, great job, Howell, and thank you for letting me use your speech as an example. So
okay, thank you.
Let's see here. Okay, two people are still coming in, no worries. Danny, since you're here and you're kind of ready, do you want to try next? So how has COVID-19 altered your life?
COVID-19 has altered my life, my professional life, because before the pandemic, I working in my house since March 2020. And when I went to the supermarket, to drugstores, or mall, I have to use mask.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Okay, so before the pandemic, did you start working at home before or after the pandemic started?
after.
Okay,
After.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, your answer was really great. I would just say though, since. The best word there is since. Since the pandemic started, I worked in my house. You are working in your house. I would just say, we usually say work from home. In English, the phrase is work from home. not so much work in my house, but we say work from home or work remotely. So that's the natural phrasing for it. And one maybe small thing, wear. In English, use a mask is good, that's fine, but the verb for this is wear. Wear, oops, I have to wear a mask in public. Okay, so can you try to repeat your answer and just maybe try to use some of the suggestions that I gave you?
Since the pandemic started, I've started working from home or work remotely. I have to wear a mask in public.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. What you said was great. I just wanted to give you some other recommendations. So work from home, that's really that's how we say it. And it's like WFH, or you can say work remotely. Yeah, so that's when you're not going into the office anymore. You're working from home. All right, well, welcome to class, Danny, and very, right? There is usually like a root word, and then from the root word, there's nouns, adjectives, gerunds, adverbs, so on and so forth. So it's not the best strategy to just try to memorize words and memorize vocabulary. You really have to try to understand how vocabulary functions. And of course, you need to understand all of this so that you can make proper phrases and sentences that are grammatically correct. Subject, verb, object. So basically, I've given you one form of the word, whether it's the base verb, the noun, the adjective, the adverb, or the gerund. And you need to tell me the other forms of the word simply by looking at the one form that I gave you. And, not every word, for example, has every single form. Like there's some that don't have adverbs, but you still need to be able to know the entire family. So, okay, how do we do this? I'll go with, okay, Jessica, let's have you be the first volunteer. And these are from yesterday's video if you haven't noticed yet. But Jessica, we have the base verb here, and it is alter. So can you try to tell me the noun?
Alteration.
Wow, very good. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for watching the video yesterday. And can anybody tell me another one?
Alteritis.
I think you're trying to say the word, but just it needs to be pronounced a little better. It was in the video as well yesterday.
Yes, I have alteritis.
Alternative, alternate. So there's oftentimes more than one noun. That's really common. Can anybody think of an adjective from the base verb alter? There's more than one.
Altered.
Altered, yeah, right. Don't forget, lots of times the adjective just has ed on the end. And I mean, alternative, alternate, they can also function as adjectives as well. So it just really depends on how you're using it in the sentence, right? So sometimes it's the same word. Sometimes it's not. And oftentimes there's more than one. And how about, let's see here, Jorge. Jorge, can you tell me the gerund of alter?
Yeah, altering.
Exactly. The gerund is just verb plus ing, altering, right? So if you see the base verb, no matter what base verb, hopefully you can not just memorize the verb by itself, but really try to extrapolate and make connections. Like if you know the verb alter and you see the word alteration, you should be able to make a connection in your mind. Like, oh, I think I know the first part of this word. Like, oh, look, I know this. I know this part. Oh, I know this. And I know that the word ends in tion, so I know it's a noun. So like you should be able to make connections in your mind, right? You're not just trying to memorize the word and translate it. Okay, so how about Howo? Are you there, Howo? Howo. If the
Yes.
noun is clarification, what could the base verb be? Or what should it be? Not what could it be, but what should it be?
I think it is clarify.
Yeah, clarify. And can anybody tell me what it means, clarify?
Clarify. You asking me what?
The
Make
definition of
clear.
clarify.
Okay.
Yeah, clarify means to make something clear. Make it clear. Make it
Okay.
easy to understand. So the base verb is clarify. The noun is clarification. Does anybody know what the adjective could be? You can just say it if you think you know.
Clarified. I think.
Yeah, clarified. Clarified. And how about Danny? Are you there, Danny? I'll call on people too. Danny, what could the gerund be?
Clarifying.
Yeah, clarifying. Clarifying. Yeah, very good. Okay. Okay, here now we have the gerund. The gerund is commencing. Let's just start with the base verb. That's a good thing to recognize. Adit, can you tell me can you tell me the base verb, please? The gerund is commencing.
Commence.
It's comment.
Yeah, commence.
Commence.
Commence. What is a synonym for commence?
Start.
Start.
Yeah, start or begin.
Begin.
And if you speak French or other Latin-based languages, that's easy. Okay, what is the noun?
Sensation.
Not Asian. Good try though. It's the other suffix for nouns. There is one other suffix which is very common. Different ending. Commence. From French. Commencement with a T. Commencement. Yeah, that is the noun. Commencement in English. So this is also a very, very, very common suffix for nouns. Very common. Okay. Let's go down. We're almost at the end. Adjective is evolved. Evolved. Who wants to tell me the base verb?
Evolve.
Evolve is the base verb.
Evolve.
What is the noun?
Evolution.
Evolution. Yeah,
Evolution.
evolution. So you might notice a pattern. You're right. You're starting to see the same suffixes over and over again with nouns. Do you notice how none of the verbs have this ending? Right? So if you see tion, you know that it's not a verb. You know it's a noun.
Evolution.
Okay, and what is the gerund of evolve?
Evolution.
Gerund.
Is involving.
Evolving.
Evolving, yeah. And again, you're going to start to see patterns here. If the word ends in ing, it might be a gerund. It might be part of a present or past continuous grammar. But again, you're starting to see the same patterns, right? So good thing to try to recognize. Okay, and I'll give you the adverb. Selectively. Selectively is the adverb. Who can tell me the base verb?
Selected.
Select. Yeah. And what do you think is the noun?
Selection.
Selection.
Wow. Yeah, exactly.
Selection.
And what is the adjective?
Selected.
Selected.
Or selective.
Selective.
Mm.
Yeah. And then here,
Select.
selectively is the adverb. And what is our gerund?
Selecting.
Yeah.
Selecting.
Selecting.
Selecting. Yeah. So,
Selecting.
of course, now you need to know you need to know the right word, but then you also have to understand subject plus verb plus object so that you can understand how to use these words properly in the proper place. So there's two components to it. So this kind of practice here, you should be able to do this anytime you learn a new academic verb. This is really like advanced here. When you're doing this kind of stuff, you're more than basic. You're more than intermediate. You're becoming advanced. And if you want to go to college or any kind of degree program in an English speaking country, you'll definitely need to be able to do this because you can't just memorize.